Can Dylan pass this WWE Evolution quiz? Let's find out. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and we have a PLE this week. We have WWE Evolution, the all-woman premium live event. It is the second one in history. The first one was in 2018, Dylan. Can you believe it was that long ago?
Yeah. Kind of crazy it took them this long to do a second one.
Yeah, it's insane, actually.
At that point, yeah, never mind. But
we are going to test Dylan's knowledge of the 2018 one. So, Dylan, how do you feel about your knowledge of the 2018 Evolution?
I've only watched it once.
Okay. As have I.
So,
not feeling great?
Not feeling great, but I feel okay. We'll see.
All right, so before we get started, they had a dark match, actually, which I thought was cool because it was for the NXT UK Women's Championship, and that was Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai, which I thought was cool. That match went, I think, like 4 minutes, but obviously it's cool to see how far Rhea's come in the meantime.
Yeah, totally. And then, of course, Dakota Kai sadly released a few months ago, but she is far from done. I know that.
All right, so let's jump into this first question, Dylan. This is multiple choice. So we've got who won the main event of WWE Evolution? You have A, Charlotte Flair, B, Nikki Bella, C, Ronda Rousey, and D, Becky Lynch.
I think Charlotte.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I'll go Charlotte.
Charlotte Flair is incorrect, Dylan.
Becky?
It was Ronda Rousey.
Oh, okay.
I have no recollection of that match at all.
I thought Becky versus Charlotte was the main event.
No.
It was Charlotte versus Ronda?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. All right. Becky wrestled Charlotte. Ronda beat Nikki Bella.
Okay. So Becky and Charlotte did wrestle. That's why I thought Becky and Charlotte was the main event, but Ronda beating Nikki Bella makes sense.
Yeah. What? Why? How did that match main event?
Over Becky and Charlotte is insane, but
all right, let's move on. Okay. I should have just looked at the next question here. What type of match did Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair compete in? So you've got A,
I know
no
it.
holds.
Last woman standing.
Last woman standing is correct.
Yeah, it was the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's also I forgot. That was the year they finally were just like had a bunch of like first time stuff for the women.
Yeah, because the women used to never have stipulations.
I know, which is insane.
Yeah.
Like it took them that long to like do
Put
all
some
this
respect
stuff
on the women's name and trust them to have stips.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Absolutely crazy. All right. You are 1 for 2. You're batting 500 here.
Yeah.
Moving on to question number 3. Who did Shayna Baszler defeat to win the NXT Women's Championship? You have A, Ember Moon, B, Toni Storm, C, Kairi Sane, or D, Bianca Belair.
I think it was Kairi Sane.
Final answer?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Kairi Sane is correct.
Nice.
Referee's decision, and that was when Shayna won the NXT Women's title.
Yeah, I think she choked her out.
Yes. All right. 2 for 3.
Shayna was awesome. They dropped the ball on her, dude.
Big time.
She could have been so awesome.
Dude, she was...
I remember when I was dead. We were dead on her being the one to take the belt off Rhea at one point. I can't believe they could have ran Shayna as a top heel. They should have. That's stupid.
It just sucks because I think like it was because Ronda was there at the time.
Yeah,
Like
really.
I think that's what
And
kind of
even up
hurt them
to
with that.
releasing her a couple months ago, they shouldn't have done that. Like, she should be a main event part of the women's division, in my opinion.
I agree. And she had the Elimination Chamber when she eliminated everybody.
Yeah. So.
All right. You are 2 for 3. Let's see if you can keep it rolling. Who won the 2018 Mae Young Classic Tournament Final at Evolution? You have A, Rhea Ripley, B, Toni Storm, C, Io Shirai, or D, Dakota Kai.
I think it was EO. But
Final answer?
Yeah, I'll go with EO, but I'm really not sure.
Io Shirai is incorrect, Dylan.
Was it Toni?
It was Toni.
Wow. Yeah, I can't. I was gonna say that, but I was like, I thought she won, but I just like couldn't like. In my head,
I watched that.
In my head, I had her like as the winner of the Mae Young Classic, but I was like, no, that doesn't make sense because she would still be here. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like the fact that they didn't. Yeah, she's obviously a huge fumble. You see, probably the biggest star in AEW.
Yes. I fully agree. All right. You are 2 for 4. Let's move on to question number 5. Who did Trish Stratus and Lita team up to face? You have A, the Iconics, B, Sasha Banks and Bayley, C, Mickie James and Alicia Fox, or D, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Is it Mickie James and Alicia Fox?
Final answer?
I guess, but I think it's Sasha and Bayley, but it might be Mickie James and Alicia Fox. It seems too random to be random.
That's correct, Dylan. Mickie James and Alicia Fox.
Yeah, I was like, that team is like way too random to just be like a throw. Like, I don't even. I'm like, that team is only a question. That's only an option if that's the answer. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, but interesting.
All right. 3 for 5. Let's move on to number 6. So, you've got, which title did Ronda Rousey defend at WWE Evolution? You've got,
I think I know. This was the Raw Women's Championship.
Raw Women's Championship is correct, Dylan.
Okay.
Yes, I believe she held the SmackDown one, right?
Yeah, because Liv cashed in on her.
Oh, yeah.
So I think she held the Raw. Like, I don't think she held the SmackDown until her second run.
Okay. All right. You're doing pretty good here. You are 4 for 6, I believe. If I'm
Yeah, not too bad.
not too bad at all. Let's move on to number 7. Who was the special guest ring announcer for the Mae Young Classic Final? A, Lillian Garcia.
Yeah. It was Lillian Garcia.
Lillian Garcia is correct. You want to hear the other names?
Sure, I guess.
It was JoJo, Stephanie McMahon, and Renee Young were the other options.
Gotcha.
I actually, a bit of a pivot here. I just saw Lillian Garcia in an episode of AP Bio.
Oh, I love that show. Good show.
Yes,
I
haven't
got to that episode.
Okay, well, yeah, they did like a little like side like wrestling thing, at a church, and Lillian Garcia was there as the announcer, and Damian Sandow.
Oh, very cool.
What are you now? I can't remember. 6 for
No,
7?
I think I'm
5
5
for
for
7?
7.
All
Or
right.
4 for 7, maybe? No,
No, you're
5.
5 for 7.
5.
You only got 2 wrong.
Cool.
All right, you got 3 left. What was the opening match of the event? Not talking about the dark match. You've got
Was it a battle royal?
no.
Okay. Sorry.
You've got A, Trish and Lita versus Mickey and Alicia. You have B, Becky versus Charlotte. You have C, Tag Team Battle Royal. Or you have D, Naomi versus Mandy Rose.
Becky versus Charlotte.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That's incorrect, Dylan.
Mm. Were they co-main event, I guess? Probably. You don't have to tell me. It's fine.
They were the last two matches.
Okay.
But the correct answer, Dylan, is Lita and Trish versus Alicia and Mickey.
Interesting.
Kicked off the night. All right. 5 for 8. Who won the Women's Battle Royal for a future championship opportunity? You have A, Ember Moon. B, Nia Jax. C, Asuka. Or D, Tamina.
Nia Jax?
Final answer?
Yeah.
Nia Jax is correct.
Nice.
I cannot remember off the top of my head if she went on to win a title because of that.
Probably. Because she definitely held
You'd
it
have to
before.
assume. Yeah. All right. Let's see if you can finish strong here. What are you, 6 for 9?
Yes.
Nice. All right. Number 10. Where was WWE Evolution held? You have A, Madison Square Garden, New York. B, Barclays Center, Brooklyn. C, Nassau Coliseum, Uniondale. Or D, Wells Fargo Center, Philadelphia.
Barclays.
Thank you. Barclays Center?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yes.
That's incorrect, Dylan. It was the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale. Man, I wish this would have been in Philly.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome to be able to go to that. All right, you were 6 for 10.
Not terrible.
Not
Honestly,
terrible.
not as I thought I would do. A lot worse. I was pretty nervous. I remembered it better than I thought I did.
All right. I mean, you did better than I would have done because I have no recollection of that, and maybe I'll go back and rewatch it before.
I'm just a historian, Mark. What can I say? That's what I do.
Dude, you're so cool.
I watch wrestling.
All right, you
I'm a
guys let us
wrestling
know
guy.
if you were playing along with Dylan. How did you do with this quiz? And let us know how excited you are for Evolution. It's just a few days away. Now, if you want to, you should check out our previous video because we had AI redesign the Intercontinental Championship, and be on the lookout because we will have a new episode of the podcast coming out in the next few days talking about what happened at Evolution. And we also have Saturday night's main event, back-to-back nights, Dylan. So it's a jam-packed weekend of professional wrestling. So, with that being said, I'm Mark Izzo, he's Dylan O'Brien, and we'll catch you in the next video.
See you next time.